Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Karen Nelson, aka the Designer in Jeans. So, if you are returning, thank you for coming back. If you're a design enthusiast that has just found us, I think you have found a fun channel to watch. We are on episode 4 of blindly choosing a color from the Sherwin Williams fan deck, a room to style, and a style to do the room in. And then we create a mood board and we discuss why we selected what we did. We are just making design fun. So if you love design or you're just curious, stay tuned. I think you'll love this. So now it's for my favorite part. Let's go ahead. I'm going to fast forward this, but let's choose the yellow bird. That is our color for the design. I will make that larger, but let's go ahead and pick. Okay, so we're going to pick the design style first. Let's see what our design style is. Industrial. So right now we have yellow bird and industrial. All right, let's see what the room selection is. I'm kind of nervous. All right, so we are doing an industrial living room with the color yellow bird. This is really, really challenging. Let's see what we can come up with. I guess it's time to have some fun. All right, so first I had some questions about what transitional was last week. So let's explain what industrial is. It's really more like exposed piping, exposed like metal vents, things like that. Like we've all been in those restaurants where it has the brick that's exposed, it has concrete, it has wood materials. Everything is more like a factory kind of style. A lot of pipes, a lot of like exposed lighting where it just kind of drops down. So, this is going to be very interesting because it's usually done in like neutrals and they use like the organic stuff, like the brick and the cement is what it does, and we're working with this color. Do you think I can pull this off? I'm not even sure I can pull this off. This is going to be incredible or an epic fail. Let's see what we get. So industrial, I'm thinking like black lighting. I'm really already seeing those like wires tied over something to drop down or some sort of layered lighting maybe over the coffee table since this is a living room. Definitely some floor lamps that have the exposed bulb. We're going to go industrial there. Maybe I won't even have the flooring. I think I'm going to go with lighter. I like yellow and gray together. I really do like those two colors together. So here is the reveal. Oh, Bird Industrial Design Living Room. This was one heck of a challenge. I do not know how we pulled it off, but we did. We got very lucky. So let's go ahead and start discussing the breakdown of this. So, as I said earlier, it's very important for industrial to have like elements like brick or concrete or exposed wires, exposed venting systems, things like that. So I envision this client moving into a New York apartment where it is done industrially, where the first thing they have here, which is already completed, is their ceilings. Their ceilings are done all in black. They have the recessed lighting, they have the exposed piping and vents, and that is our setup. So they also have, since this is a new New York space, they also have concrete flooring, which is going to be made up by the 24 by 48 tiles that are going to be all over the floor. So really nice concrete look. They do have it in light, dark, different options. I like this medium color with the yellow that we have. So this is going to be all over our floor. And then if you can envision the back wall being made up of two larger windows in this, but they look like this. They're with that black framing, very simplistic, longer windows, so taller windows. There's going to be one on that back wall to the right, and there's going to be one on the back wall to the left. And in the dead center, I am picturing a pop out about 10 inches to 12 inches deep that is going to be a wraparound concrete look from the 24 by 48 tiles again. So that will go from floor to ceiling to house the fireplace and that little pop out. So you're going to have the flooring all concrete, and then it rolls up into that, and we have a window on the right wall and a matching window on the left wall. Well, on the same back wall, right and left of the fireplace. So having our scene set, now all we need to add is some metal pieces. We need to, of course, add that yellow, and I want to get more exposed wires in there. Right now all we have is recessed, so I want to have some drop down wires. To achieve this, I found this light here, which is a vertical light actually. So right now it's horizontal on the page, but I want you to envision this being long ways. And it's going to end up being above our metal coffee table here, which is going to be going the opposite direction as well. So everything's going to be going towards this fireplace in a parallel. So this will be straight, and this will be straight above this. And then on the right and the left of this table and of the fireplace, we are going to have this will be turned the other way again. It'll be pointing towards the fireplace this direction. And the same with this one. These two will actually face each other with this long ways in between them. And then on the, I wanted to get some end tables as well, mostly because I wanted to do some more lighting. I wanted to do some more drop down lighting. So I have 4 end tables. These are rectangular in shape. So there's going to be one on each end of the sofas here as they point towards each other. And then same on the other side. And above each one, we're going to have these pendants with the exposed wiring and the lighting that is right above each one of the sides of the couch. And these are, of course, floating in the space. The next thing I did, let's talk about the couches. I picked an ebony couch. This is a leather couch from Restoration Hardware. There's multiple different colors. I went with the black because I really liked the black and yellow gold look that we had with the white walls everywhere else. So we have the black ceiling, the black couches, and then of course the black framing on our fireplace and our windows. So these are going to be facing each other with all these end tables and the pendants hanging over each one of the end tables on all the ends of the couch. This will be in the dead center, this long metal piece. This is an indoor-outdoor metal table, which is fantastic for industrial and very cool that you could use this inside or out. To pull this yellow in, this is where I had to get creative to get the yellow bird in here. So I was lucky enough to find this photo or this picture, this artwork of just pretty much variant colors of yellow. So this would be dramatic enough to put right above the fireplace. So this is going to be the piece that anchors and pulls in our yellow. And then because we're in New York, I went ahead and got a New York yellow colored coffee table book that's going to go right here in the center. And then to pull in yellow, I'm also going to use these brass pieces here. This is some brass in here. And this brass is going to sit, it's like a little nut holder bowl. So it is going to go on top of this coffee table book, and they'll be sitting in the dead center. So the yellow will be there. It's also in our tables here with the brass and the feet here with the brass. And it's also even in these exposed lights. When you look at them, they have that yellow filament. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but the filament to them. So the other thing, did I forget anything? I talked kind of fast this time. I think that's it. So this is very simplistic. You could add like a yellow rug. They have some cute ones at like West Elm. I thought about that, but then for the industrial, I think we're just going to leave it without. I don't want to add too much texture to where it ends up taking it, say, contemporary instead. So this is going to be, it almost feels cold, but what was really cool about this yellow is it does add a little warmth to the space. What could be like just very sterile feeling, there is some warmth to the space with that yellow. Of course, the fireplace is going to add some warmth to the space, and then all the different lighting. You can choose to have all these lighting on different sliders. So you can have only this light on above the coffee table sometimes. You could have only the pendants on. You could have only the recess lights. And if you were able to get these on dimmers as well, that would be ideal. So you could really have a moody, moody place. Okay, we did it. By far the biggest challenge yet. This one made me wonder why I'm doing this, but I think it turned out it was very challenging, a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen my last video, they will be on the end screen, so go ahead and click on those. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.